Now see, this is one of those things where people want to say, oh, it's not move-in ready. But this house is move-in ready for me. I'm Nigel James from NigelJamesSaves.com. So we're going in right now to our very first flip. A lot of people want to get into this. They watch a lot of HGTV, but what you're going to get here is a real tell-all about what goes on, the money that's spent, and the money that it costs you to borrow this money. A lot of times you can use money that isn't your own money, but that money still costs you money. So right now, we're going to walk into the time capsule. Nothing in this house has really been touched. Unfortunately, the previous owner died about a year ago, and we still have some full fridges, so you get to see that as well. Come on in. Right here we have the main living room with a fireplace, hardwood floors. Annabelle actually was on the mantle, but she apparently, I guess, got taken with the previous owner, so that was good. So it's not haunted here. Next we have the dining room. Now we don't know if this is gonna stay the dining room. This might actually turn into the kitchen. We've got some schematics and walls, and we've checked with the engineers. You have some really cool tape-on snowflake window stuff. Not really sure if that was for privacy or aesthetics. Next we have a small bathroom, which may turn into a larger bathroom, we're not sure, but it's fully furnished with a lot of carpet. Carpet tended to be a thing in bathrooms. Nowadays, we all realize that's pretty gross, but you can have a look for yourself. Next, we're walking into a really obvious area of the time capsule is the kitchen. These appliances, this is a one-piece oven with stovetop and another oven microwave thing. I mean, it looks like you're literally in the cockpit of an airplane. I don't know what that is, but that's gotta go. Cabinets are all gonna go. We may actually end up blowing this wall out and blowing the other wall out to get more of an open concept, because right now you're kind of walking through a maze. But we did get a lot of food left. Like I said, we have a fully stocked fridge and freezer, so if you want ice cream, that was from last July, you're welcome to that. These are the nice things about getting into some of these houses, especially these estate sales. You get to find, goodies, freebies. Also, probably gonna walk out this door, even though it says X do X not open. I believe they were just trying to say do not open, but we're gonna open it. Next we have, I don't even know what you would call this, an extra room, but it's loaded with really thick padded carpet and lots of really awesome paneling and built-ins that probably aren't staying. This, I think we are gonna turn into a mudroom. Not really sure on the vision for this, but again, we have a different style paneling and more carpet. We do have really nice sliding glass doors that are going to take us outside, which we will get to. That's a whole nother story. The oasis out there that hasn't been touched in probably 20 years. We have a really nice garage. It actually has some above storage that we're going to utilize, clean that out once we get rid of there's for some weird reason like 30 mattresses in this house, and I don't know why. I think once you get rid of one, you're supposed to throw it away. And then there's just weird stuff, like here we have stamps for like confetti. I'm not really sure what we do with this, but there's 2 boxes of this. So if you want, stamps to keep, or I guess that's the thing. So that's, again, another bonus to buying properties like this. Now we're in the basement, where we have more paneling, a lot more carpet, the smell of moisture, we'll go with that. We have a lot more freebies down here. Kids, before you were able to type on a computer or use voice to text, you had to use one of these things. That's a typewriter, if you didn't know what that was. It comes in a nice little case. And it looks like somebody It was for sale for $5. No one took it. I don't know why, but. More carpet. More carpet. We have a freezer that's actually full of things. We have a fridge, a Westinghouse. I don't even know what Westinghouse is or that they made fridges. I think it also looks like it's gonna weigh about a ton. And mason jars, and I just stumbled across these right as we were filming. We have pickles. I'm pretty sure these are past the pickling phase. They look like they're starting to actually melt, if that's a thing. But we have some more jars that I think you'll really like. So we're gonna head upstairs to where the master bedroom is, some more bathrooms, and lots more carpeting. See, this is one of those things where people always say, oh, it's not move-in ready. But this house is move-in ready for me. I mean, the water works, the lights work, you got AC, you got heat. So I'm not really sure what happened with move-in ready. But we're gonna get this move-in ready to people's standards for this area. Again, like I said, you just have carpet. You know, it's like a big bath mat. It's not bad. I mean, it's move-in ready. It's cool. This bedroom here features 4 more mattresses. As I said, there's mattresses everywhere and we can't figure it out. Now there's a ton of wallpaper, and when people would first walk in, they would see things like this and be terrified. But talking with the previous owner and checking the chimney, this is where they repointed it, and some of this damage occurred when that happened. So we'll address all this, fix it up, and again, you have beautiful hardwoods underneath of this carpet that are hidden, and we're gonna get all that exposed. We're gonna get rid of all this carpet, get rid of all this wallpaper, and it will be move-in ready when we're done with it. Another bedroom here. This one's relatively clean, not a ton of wallpaper. Not a whole lot we need to do in here, minus getting rid of the carpet, some paint, but this is a nice room. This is an easy one. This is in and out, quick. So we're entering the master bedroom, and you thought I was kidding about the mattresses. Let's count some more. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 mattresses stacked on top of each other. And I don't know why, but something about this just creeps me out. It's kind of like a coffin or something. I don't know. It's just weird. 4 mattresses stacked up. It's just weird to me. Anyways, this is the master. We have the bathroom over there. Walk-in closet here and here. But the cool thing about this closet is you have your secret door to the attic. But again, this room isn't too bad. Mostly just paint. Hardwoods are actually exposed here, no carpets. The bathroom's gonna be amazing when we're done with it, and this room's gonna be really, really cool. It's gonna be a really, really nice master. At one point, this was all very nice. Now we made it to the backyard. That all will be cleaned up and gone, but you can see we have a lot of growth here that's overgrown. Now the back is beautiful. We're gonna definitely keep this intact. You have a lot of nice landscaping. It's a little overgrown, but it also blocks out your neighbors, which is a really nice feature, especially once you're on the back or you're looking out your windows. You'll see this beautiful naturescape rather than other houses, which looking at other houses is fine, but that's one of those things where I think this is a better fit. But you can see here, there's actually a water feature that was hidden in this plant. We don't know if we're gonna save that or not. I'm a big fan of water features, waterfall, little pond, but we'll see how bad it is and how much work we have to do. You'll also get to see the deck. The deck is like an old pirate ship. There's literally nothing left. If you walk on it, you'll fall through it. So that's something we also have to address. But we have a lot of landscaping to do and a ton of things to get rid of. And yeah, these are the things that people don't want to deal with. These are the not move-in ready items. But we're gonna get all that fixed. This is, again, move-in ready for me, but probably not for thee. All right, this is day one, not even 24 hours after closing. Nigel James is here. You can hear the music. Demos day starting. And no, we're not gonna do any corny shots with us with sledgehammers and breaking things. That just makes a mess, okay? That's just for TV. We're not doing none of that, all right? We're doing real deal stuff. So we'll get you in. I gotta get changed, get ready for demo. You can see the dumpster's already here. That was delivered 45 minutes after closing. We don't play any games, zero procrastination. And we're gonna turn this time capsule into something special. Again, this is Nigel James Saves. We'll see you soon when this is mid-demo, which will be in about 2-3 hours. And we are in the midst of demo. About 3 days in at this point. Again, we closed on Friday, and that day doesn't really count much. But we've got our second dumpster full, and we've got a ton of 20-year-old growth all coming down. You'll see here all lined up. We've got multiple stacks of wood. And again, everything is kept nice and clean and in order. We're not knocking things down. We're not busting glass out with sledgehammers because, again, there's a difference between really demoing and doing things the right way and what you're seeing on television. And here, like I told you before, we're gonna keep it real. We're gonna show you real numbers. We're gonna show you what it costs to borrow money. And you're gonna see the process of this house from essentially what it was a time capsule that hasn't been touched since it was built until now when we're redoing everything. And you'll get to see the transition. So again, 3 days in, you'll get to see kind of where we are with demo, and we'll go through the house. Not much has changed in the living room or dining area, whatever you want to call it. You can see over here, we haven't gotten much into these areas yet. So these are still pretty much untouched. But as we head towards the kitchen, you'll see a drastic difference. The kitchen is completely gone at this point for the most part. The vinyl flooring has come out, the cabinets are out, the sink is out, the dishwasher's out. The goal is continue with this, get a kitchen plan in place, and get ready to start bringing things back in. Clean this up and get ready for cabinets. For now, in the garage, you can see now we have a ton of space in here. This is a great 2-car garage. 2 cars can fit in here quite easily with doors open wide and still a ton of space to store things. We're gonna have also, again, like I said, storage above the garage, and we're gonna put some really nice touches on this to bring it back to life. And I'm gonna save those for when it's completed so you can see the wow factor of the transition. It's gonna be nice. Moving into the next room that's gonna have a really big transition is this office/den area that now, with these storm doors, you can see the entire backyard. We've gotten all of this stuff cut down, and it's not all done, but we still have a good amount of it done where you can actually see out into the yard. The water feature's visible, and the natural lighting that comes in here is just awesome. This whole room, just with the landscaping, has totally changed. It used to be dark and miserable, and now it's this place where you would want to go and sit and just kind of relax, read a book, or it could be a great office. And again, I'm gonna leave what we're doing with it till the end. But so the thing with the water feature is it's old, it needs a lot of love, but that's kind of the whole thing with a lot of this is taking care of all these old things, refurbish them, bring them back to life, or repurposing them, rather than just throwing stuff out and getting rid of it, is taking care of things that were done the right way. Another example, this t-shirt, just do it. 10 years old, I still got it. If you take care of things and you do things the right way, they can last. And we want to be able to give the new homeowners this great view and an awesome water feature. If they don't like it, then they can get rid of it. But if we can't salvage it, we'll get rid of it. And we'll see how things go. Fingers crossed it survives. Now enter the basement, the unfinished side. As you can see, things look a little different here. We've gotten rid of all the fun mason jars that were filled with who knows what, and the pickles that lost their texture. So things are coming along nicely. You can actually see this is a pretty good sized space. Obviously we still have some more cleaning to do. A Westinghouse fridge from who knows when still has to go. Crawl space is all cleaned out, and that crawl space is going to give us access to work underneath the kitchen and do what we're gonna do with the laundry. So you can see that and the kind of progress we made, but obviously at this point we still have a long way to go. But for 3 days in, I'd say we're making good traction. If you're also wondering if it's hot in here, it is very hot in here. I just checked the thermostat is 92 degrees. So we are definitely working in some hot conditions here in the summer. So this bathroom is one of the other full bathrooms. This is halfway torn out. And then in the master, we're down to the studs. So you can see our 19 mattresses are cleaned out of here. Things are starting to open up. Still a bit of cleaning to do. And as you can see in the bathroom here, where we're gonna make some really drastic changes, because this is gonna be our wow factor. This is gonna be our really, really nice bathroom where my partner puts in all of his efforts, and you'll see that at the end. But if you want to take a look now what this bathroom looked like, this was plaster too, not drywall. So it's a whole another animal when you're demoing, when you're taking it down. It's twice, 3 times the amount of work. All right, last time we were here on this side of the house, I had to hold the branches back for the camera. We had to duck underneath of the shrubs and the rhododendron, and all of that stuff at one point was really nice, but it got overgrown to the point where it wasn't salvageable. And so it's gotta go. And now we can start fresh. We can walk through, there's a ton of space, and you're walking into a big, beautiful backyard with everything opened up. And we're still not done, but as you can see, the pond is really pretty, at least to me, and we're starting to see more of the yard, the back landscaping, and now you can actually see the house from this side. Before, you could barely see the side of the house, the back of the house, and this is what's allowing all that natural light into this den here and other areas like the side room / office, and as well as the kitchen. And you'll get to see more of that as we progress, and soon enough, the deck is actually gonna go. The deck had to go. It actually wasn't on the permit. No one ever pulled a permit for it. So we determined that rather than keeping the deck, we're just gonna get rid of it, and I'll let you see what that turns into. We'll leave that as a surprise. As we're leaving the house, in the middle of demo, like I said, we're probably gonna run through another 2, maybe 3 dumpsters. And people don't think about these things when they're doing demo or they're getting into flips, is that there's little things like this dumpster. Every time this dumpster gets dropped off, it costs money. Every time it gets picked up, it costs money. Every time you fill it, it's costing you money. And all of these things just add up little by little. And this is how people get caught up in flips and not estimating the proper cost. So the next time you see me though, the house is going to look a little bit different with its makeover, but I might be doing a little makeover for myself. I'm all about transformation, and that's why I'm really passionate about real estate in general, is that you can take a house like this that hasn't had any love or attention or updates in 50 years, 20 years, whatever it may be, and we can bring it up to date, and we will see you at the finished product. Welcome back. We're finally here. About a month overdue, but we had a lot more work than we expected, and now you can finally see the total transformation of this flip house. We're gonna take you inside and show you what it's all about. So the rooms, you can see all the ceilings have been painted, the whole house has been painted on the inside. It makes for a much cleaner home. All the carpets have been removed. The hardwood floors have been treated, kind of given some love to make them look newer, nicer, a little more gloss. You can see here on the steps, treads have been painted, the railing balusters have been painted, and everything just looks a lot cleaner, a lot more modern, but still with that classic touch. Heading into the kitchen, this is where the big changes went down. We knocked out this half wall. We couldn't do the whole wall because we were limited by ductwork in the wall, so we did what's best. You know, when you find something in the walls, sometimes you have to change plans. You know, initially we were gonna run with a much bigger open concept, but this actually works really nice because that front window just allows so much more light into this kitchen. You have all brand new quartz countertops, all new shaker white cabinets, stainless hardware, stainless steel appliances, traditional subway tile for your backsplash, all GCFIs around in the kitchen, and brand new stainless range hood. In here, as we call this the library room, I kind of like the old paneling. This is actually true tongue and groove paneling, so we left this. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but we did paint the base molding and the crown to give it a little bit more white. The doors have been painted white, and we have all brand new floors in here. The engineered vinyl, waterproof, life-proof. So that's a nice touch. It matches the kitchen, and it matches the half bathroom down here, so kind of everything's cohesive. It all works in sync. In here we have the mudroom, kind of like a farmhouse kind of theme going with the rest of the house. This is all tile, and we like this because we're using this again as like a mudroom / transition from the garage if you're pulling in, or if you're coming in from out back, because it's such a nice outdoor space. This room really works very nicely. You're also going to have your first floor laundry here, which is much better than being in the basement, so that was a very nice addition. We changed that up, and this room could be used for a lot of things. It could be an office, playroom, but I think this works really nicely for that connection to the back into the house, and kind of, it's that nice mudroom where you can do laundry or maybe even turn it into an office. The garage is much cleaner. We have all brand new garage doors. As you can see, things are a lot cleaner. We still have some things to clean up from, our tools and things of that nature, but that'll all happen as we progress here. But everything's come together really nicely, especially those garage doors. The other ones were rotted out, and the motor actually on the one snapped on us before we were about 2 weeks to finish. Down here in this finished basement, half finished basement, we've really kind of brightened it up and modernized it. We ripped down all the old textured ceiling for the most part, new drywall, new lighting fixtures. We actually have an all new 200 amp service with new jackets and a new meter. That was one of those things where we found out once we got into the house it wasn't up to code, so we had to bring it up to speed. Plus, you need more power for a house this size. I mean, you're talking about 2,400 square feet. You need a lot more power to kind of control that the appliances are all running at the same time, a vacuum, lighting, people are using technology in one room. Couldn't run off that old 100 amp service, it wasn't gonna work. Plus it wasn't up to code, and those have been known for fire hazards. So we painted the paneling down here white. We have all new carpet on the stairs, and we have all new, again, engineered hardwoods on the floors, kind of that same, rustic farmhouse look. We kept the unfinished side unfinished, just cleaned it up because there's all area for storage in here, the newer water heater, all new coil from the air conditioner. The heating unit's relatively new, and this is going to be one of those areas where people can just store things. And if they want to change this into a fully finished basement, they can do that, but that wasn't for us. As you can see, there's no more mason jars, there's no more pickles that are smooth, or peanut butter from 1989, no more fridge from 1950, no more freezer filled with meat that was over 2 years old. So I'd say it's a lot cleaner and a lot better space now. Upstairs, same kind of thing as the theme as downstairs. We've treated the hardwoods, brightened them up a little bit, painted everything, all the trim, all the walls, the ceilings, new ceiling fans in every room with LEDs, new switches. And then we have our new half bath, which we stayed with the kind of same neutral theme, brushed nickel, subway tile, very classic, new vanity, new toilet, new engineered hardwoods, and floor to ceiling around the tub. Kept the tub because even though we have 2.5 bathrooms in here, you want to make sure you keep a tub, because that's one of those things that families need. You know, for kids or a dog, you just want to make sure you don't get rid of all your tubs. Some people have done that. It's a big no-no, huge mistake, because a lot of people are going to miss that tub. They want a tub, and it's not that easy to swap out another tub. That's a big feature that people need to have in a house. In the master, same kind of thing. We have an all-new bathroom, but in this bathroom, we actually ended up bumping the shower stall about 12 inches, because on the other side in the bathroom in the hallway, there was a closet that was basically useless. So rather than having a useless closet, we wanted to make the shower in here bigger, and it worked out perfectly, because now you have this brand new, beautiful shower stall with glass enclosure, and it works out much better than, you know, having a little tiny halfway closet in a bathroom that's in the hall versus the master bedroom, where the master bathroom and the bedroom and the kitchen are the two biggest features, according to data, that are going to give your house the most bang for its buck. So we wanted to make sure this was one of the highlights of the house. And I think we really nailed that with this bathroom and the kitchen. All right, we're outside now. One of my favorite places to be, especially at this house, in a kind of secluded, private neighborhood. You have your own backyard oasis. Last time we made this walk, you had to kind of dodge some trees and bushes. And now we've opened this all up. We've got new beds in with mulch, all new grass is coming in, sod. A lot of the mulch is hidden by the pine needles because of the change of seasons, but we saved the pond. We saved it. One of my favorite things about the house, we were able to save it. It's running now. We re-leveled this patio out. Things are a lot better. And when we move over to the other side, you'll see the all-new patio where that excuse for a deck used to be. We matched up what was here, so kind of, again, everything's cohesive and looks like it belongs there. All new beds on the side, new sod, but you'll get to see that as we go through. Let's take a walk. And the all new patio that syncs up with the old pavers that, again, go to the other side of the house and kind of create this nice outdoor space where you can go from the kitchen to the other side to the mudroom. Really great for entertaining. Patio is trimmed out with all brand new sod. Everything here it's ready to go. It's move-in ready. And again, this is one of my favorite parts about the house, because as you can see, you're secluded by, you know, with nice trees, a nice yard. You've got the fountain, the sounds of the water. The lily pads, those aren't real, but they're still in there. So yeah, I mean, this is it. I'm really happy with the way things came out. Now to what you've all been waiting for. Those final numbers, those huge splits you see on HGTV where people make hundreds of thousands of dollars flipping one home that mysteriously nobody else knew about or knew how to do. But here's the real deal. Here's the real cost. We purchased this property for $315,000. Tack on closing costs and points takes us to $340,000. That was $25,000 in fees. Tack on another $60,000 in rehabs, not including a ton of sweat equity, which you can't charge for and you don't get back. It's just your time, which is money. That brings us to $400,000. We then ended up selling this house for $460,000 after it only being on the market for one weekend. After you factor in the realtor fees, transfer taxes, which was around $28,000, take away another $10,000 for interest that we paid to carry the loans. So we're only walking away with a profit of $22,000. That's the real deal. Not too bad for a first one. Let's see how we do on the next one. And I hope this was a real big wake-up call and a real big eye-opener for those who want to go out and flip houses, who think every time you do it, you're going to make $50,000 to $100,000 in profits. Take care. See you soon. If you've made it this far, you know that I'm all about transformation. I don't know if you can tell, but my hair is now cut off. I cut about 30 inches of hair off. My name is Nigel James. This is our flip, and where we go next, who knows? Maybe your house. Come check us out, NigelJamesSaves.com.